Hello, how are you guys doing? Hey everybody, and Autumn, welcome. Welcome Best Road, Leslie. Sorry for scaring you with the notification. Agent. Freewood, thank you for the follow. So, hey everybody. Hey Sora. So, I was literally working on a commission until 5 minutes ago when I clicked the start streaming button. So I didn't have like a lot of time to prepare. So as you can see, it's blank slate mode right here. But you know, we're doing art every day. We can't be prepared every day. So I do have an idea though, which I'm gonna see if it comes to fruition. Let's see. It should be fun to try to figure it out. I'm working an hour, so I'm in the final results. Well, it's gonna always be there on the VOD if you miss it. So, what are we working on today? We are working on the e-remember prompt Undead Beholder. It was one that kind of stumped me because I had very little idea of what I wanted to do with it, but Undead Beholder, obviously it's going to be an eye-based creature, and for some reason, I guess because of the undead part, I had the idea of making it kind of like subterraneous or something. Some kind of underground undead creature with one huge eye or maybe a bunch of eyes. I think that's my current idea. Friend gifted you a game, that's great. Congrats. Enjoy it. Eye stuff, exactly. Death related stuff, as your name implies. So yeah, Gasteropody and 26 Minor. Thank you guys for the follows. So, we got that concept, we just don't have the pictures, but I think we can find a cool cave picture and we can definitely find a cool eye. So it won't be hard. I have trust in this one. That's how I finally caught one of these. Well, glad you can be here. We're streaming every single day this month. Well, except for the few days I won't be able to because plans. But I'm trying to stream every single day this month, and we'll see how much of that comes to fruition. But so far, I've been streaming every day, except for one. So we're in a pretty good track record so far. Cave, eye, dead stuff. Match made in heaven. Or in hell. Don't let your streams be dreams. Exactly. Ellen, thank you for the follow. Yes, we're trying to do like a sort of stream marathon, streaming every day for a month, pretty much. We're trying to get to 35 subs by the end of the month. We are pretty much like, we're at 28, and it's the, what day is it? It's the 13th, so I'm pretty confident that we can get to 35, which is exciting because we'll get a new emote, and I think it's going to be teeth based, because, you know, we've been doing a lot of teeth stuff and a lot of body horror. Remember to keep a healthy workload. Yeah, it's completely fine. It's still the biggest problem with these streams is that they make me be slower with commissions. And I got like a couple, which is why I started a bit late today. I got a couple decently big commissions and another one that's I'm still waiting for like payment and stuff to start. But yeah, I'll be able to handle it. No worries about that. So far, let's see if I don't burn out. So far it's good, and I'm feeling super creative, and we're making a bunch of stuff. I got even like for the future prompts, I got a bunch of ideas, so so far we're good. So yeah, we're cruising. Let's see if we can find some pictures though. That is gonna be our main issue here. So I'm gonna, before I do this, I'm gonna put myself a pick roll because CC search is a bit dangerous. I was in CC search before, and I was just looking for caves, but CC search is not great at filtering random stuff from Flickr that people just put in, so you can find some not suitable for work stuff, unfortunately. So we'll start with Pickroll. We'll see what kind of caves we find. We can also do Wikimedia, which has some great stuff. I need to commission you to turn my snails into creatures from the void. Oh, nice. I need to... Okay, so I think in December, when I'm done with this challenge, because right now with the whole November stuff, I won't be able to work on personal commissions. But I think on December, if my workload isn't super high, I should be able to start up personal commissions again, which include the turn your pet into a monster ones. So keep an eye out for those. Okay, so my idea. What I'm imagining in my brain is, you know, a round corridor in a cave that just goes deeper into the darkness. Like, imagine this, but round. Like we have two walls around us, and at the end of that, we put a huge eye. Like it's watching us through there, and maybe we make the eye look dead because it's Undead Beholder. So this is so creepy, by the way. Like, imagine having to pull your way through this. Oof. Very creepy. All milky looking. Yeah, exactly. I like that inside. Channel hash. Thank you for the follow. Eyes, you say? Hey, ocular obsessed. Yes. Eyes indeed. Which I assume are your favorite thing. Bleach pupil, exactly. We might look for cataracts or something for the eyes on Wikimedia. I think Wikimedia should have some pictures of cataracts. Absolutely will never go spelunking, me neither. Except if it's like very easy stuff, because caves are cool, but it's like getting in very, very tight spaces, that just creeps me the hell out. Big fan of eyes myself. Oh yeah, we got some eye fans in the chat. How about that? Okay, this is cool. Feels pretty cool. I was imagining it like further away, but so far of the ones we've seen, this seems good. I work with autopsies for my job. Let me put on my top hat and pour some wine so I can act like an expert. Hell yeah. Got an expert witness in chat. Yeah, Ocular Obsessed is having a field day right now. We'd love to see it. Big fan of caves too. Oh, you got everything in one tidy little package. Let's just see what we find. Look at this. Some kind of cave creature. Ghostly, pretty cool. We might be able to find the one I used for the cave kaiju I did. That's let me see. How you guys see my cave kaiju thing? I'll show you from my website since we're here. This one. Here we go. If it opens, there we go. Turn this cool cave structure into a sort of like frozen in time kaiju. And here are our explorers for comparison. And here is Footstep. I wanted to make a little kaiju story, but it was weird if I just did a kaiju by itself. It had to be like something historical and a little bit lore, so I made that. Here's the same picture again. We're running in circles. We're lost in this cave. creatures of the darkness. They are lovely. Oh, look at that. Why are you smiling? You should be terrified. Look at the look. Thank you for the follow. Okay, Pickerel doesn't have as much as I. What is that? Oh, that is very creepy. I like it. You know, it's one of the cool things of just like looking through old archives is you'll find just cool pictures by themselves, even if it's not something you might use. And sometimes they're good for future projects. You say like, oh, this is very cool. And you save it and use it someday, you know? So it's not lost effort. Ooh. Hello. This cave is cool. Okay, maybe let's look through our more typical stock sites like Unsplash, because they might have some more prettier ones. I do like the Paris catacombs. It's undead. That is true. I wonder if there'll be pictures of Paris catacombs. Page are we in? Guess we on page 6. Let's look for catacombs here. Ooh. That's some cool stuff. Look at the bone pile. Nice Paris. Did caving and belly crawls as a kid. That wasn't really self-aware or introspective at that point. I have no idea if I could do it again. Like, I don't think I could do it. Rat King, but people. That's a good idea. People don't have tails to get attached to each other. Mostly old pictures of the catacombs. Ooh. Hello. That is very cool. I like this one crossing the corner. It's like perfect place for some sort of creeping creature. People don't have tails yet. Exactly. Party time. Hey Rounder. Did you end up finishing that picture from yesterday? Or did you drop it? Because it looked very good. What is this? Oh, that is creepy. Why do they hang them like that? Palermo. What's up with you guys? You just hang out dead bodies like that. You got distracted. You can still finish it. And catacombs endlessly fascinating. They are. Bone Zone. Some good bug people there. Bones Malone and the Spooky Boys. We do love some catacombs. This one is creepy because it feels, and we have a negative. Oh, look at that! That's amazing quality. So you know it's a negative when it has like mirrored text and stuff. Sicily, 1943. Oh, refugees in catacombs during the war. Because it felt like they were visiting the catacombs. Bones Malone sounds like an undead gangster. So this one feels like they're maybe communing how do you say, communing with the dead? Yeah, like they go there to talk to their ancestors, and maybe there's a big eye right here, just talking to it naturally, right? That's creepy. It's always creepy when you introduce like very normal looking people into something very creepy, like the mermaid, for example, where you have a bunch of people holding your hands, and that makes it 10 times creepier. Also, remember to save. Save what? We haven't started. I will save once we finish, once we begin. How about that? That's a good one for Undead Beholder. Like, it's not where I was imagining we would go with this picture, but I will not complain. Now it's my favorite option. Because, you know, maybe just an eye at the end of the cave is fine, it's fine, but it doesn't have like lore behind it. And you can make out some lore, but it doesn't have like a gripping story just from the picture, right? You can make something around it. Let's see if this is this. There we go, took a while. So maybe... Oh, original negative. Look at this bad boy hiding in there. See, how big is this? 45 megabytes. Pretty large. Let me zoom in more than this though. Makes me worried. It looks 100% like there's something missing. True. UCR edited it out. How big an eye are you thinking? That is for us to decide right now when we edit. Funky photo. Yeah, it's taking a while to download, that's why I'm waiting. But yeah, while we wait. Yeah, oh, the talking about UCR. Tomorrow, I'm just waiting for confirmation from Marina, who's one of the voice actors who also write the story. Tomorrow the UCR story is going up, which was the one for the artificial salvation test story, which I did. I mean, the pictures are already published in my website and stuff. If you want to see them, I still haven't published it into the UCR. Oh, it's these two, if you guys remember. So yeah, that'll be going up tomorrow if all goes well. Really big, like human size? Yeah, really big. Oh. Oh yeah, Marina just replied. Yeah, but I'll wait for I'll wait for tomorrow for a regular hour to post stuff. Because if we post now, nobody will see it. The classic conundrum. Anyway, yeah, this will be going up tomorrow. Just download it. Looks small. Hold on. Let me see if I did download something really low quality. It doesn't look low quality, but this might be as good as it gets. It's not terrible, but at the size we're going to be using, it's probably fine. Let me do a little crop of... Oh, this is too long. Like, I don't want to pick all this ceiling area of the picture, to be honest. So I'll just keep the 2x3, which is my default size. I'll cut it up to the edges and we'll just find a nice crop. Since our eye is going to be here. I got prep some food. Oh yeah, something healthy. The lower the quality, the more room for error when adding your creature. I guess that's true as well. Some kid in the middle looks kind of spooky. That is true. I think it's They're just putting something into their mouth. Like a spoon or something, it looks like. But it is kind of spooky from a distance. They're just eating. Do not make eye contact. If you look into the eye of the Undead Beholder, the departed you have been neglecting will start walking around the living again. I like that. It could be many smaller eyes. Yeah, I thought about that as well. I'm kind of in between the two ideas, like a bunch of smaller eyes or one big one. So let me save this. Undead Beholder. All children look like that way in old photos, that is true. So let me just give it a quick check, because there is another version of this picture. I'm wondering, 12 megabytes, 48 megabytes. So yeah, this one, no, this one is a print. The print scan, and it's definitely lower quality, so just wanted to check. Check the... Did they say it? No non-restrictions, there we go. Okay, so far that's my favorite. As for the catacombs, let me just save it here. And then for the eye, so I'm looking less for a regular like half-closed eye like we usually have, and instead of a full open eye, like no eyelids, you know, fully round. We'll see if we can find that, or if we have to reconstruct it. These are great pictures, by the way. I might have to do something in catacombs in the future, because that is very creepy. Feels like surreal. Decided to join this not just for fun, not knowing what I was getting into, but this is great. Thank you. Make a Twitch account. Well, welcome. Welcome to Twitch as well, I guess. Do these live streams happen often? They're happening every day. Ooh, look at this. They're happening every day for the rest of the month, except for like a few days I won't be able to, but most days. Saving this as well. Great catacomb pictures. But yeah, this month I'm doing, for people who are coming in, I'm doing Erevember, which you can check the details there. It's a 30-day challenge. Yeah, we're not doing D&D Beholders, even though the prompt is called Undead Beholder, and I think there's a creature in D&D called Undead Beholder as well, which is just the undead version of a regular beholder. Also, hi Nathan. No eyelids, yes. Let's look for cataracts. Cataracts. Is that how you write them? I hope so. Yes. Look at that. Also my glazed over eye. Oh, this one is genital. Yeah, it's one of the nasty ones. Nasty is in like hard to take care of. Taco Gardevoir and Zoomer Zoom and Solarek. Thank you everybody for the follows. I mean, alternatively, we could find like something like a dead animal's eye or something like that. We can get like the full sphere of it. But for now, this one. This one looks pretty cool as well. Torn pupils. Let's see if we got any here. Torn, no. Not on Wikimedia. If it's not on Wikimedia, it's gonna be hard to find pictures with CC rights and stuff. Why are you eating lunch with ad streaming? That is your own question to answer. Oh, torn redness. Yeah. I don't think we'll see like the inside of the eye though. Like I mostly just want the outside. How do you say conjunct? Is that how you write it? Yes. Sorry for the eye stuff, guys. They're gonna be nasty for a while. But I'm mostly looking for like a or eyeball perhaps. Good drawings. Could be a certain base of sorts. Sorry Nathan for exposing this to you while you're having lunch. But that is your own choice. Eye stuff. Yes, it's gonna be one of those days where I creep half the chat out and everyone leaves. Ooh. Sorry to for exposing you to that, Marina. Arcus senilis. I wonder what that is in Spanish. Let's give it a quick look. Go back to eyeball in a sec. This is a very strange picture. The sensor bar here is like very strangely placed. Great pictures. I mostly want a picture where I can see a lot of the eyeball, and if I have to reconstruct the rest, that is fine. But at least somewhere where I can see most of it. I have to drink now. Maybe something more reptilian. Maybe. I do like human though. It's creepier if it's human, or at least partly human. Really? The eyeball stream is the first I walk into? It says it right in the title. I'm not gonna... I'm gonna blame you guys for getting in here. I have eye floaters and this reminded me that they're here. Oh no. Human is familiar, that's why it's spooky. That's right. So I really like this one here. It's not great in pixel quality, but it's fine. I think we'll still be able to get the use out of it. It's CC attribution, and it's fine. We download it. Let's look for the B one here. If we find something better, we'll get that bad. This one's public domain, which is perfect. Always try to get to public domain when I can. Public domain as well. Not a great picture though. Oh, you just downloaded it. Okay. Go finish your food. I'll be right here. Polychoria? Let's see if Wikipedia has some. Just the one. Polychorian with that syndrome, but great to use. This one has a conjunctival suffusion. God, that is hard to say. It's very small though. Let me actually filter specifically by public domain, since there are lots. So this one is good. Oh, this one I recognize. This one I have used on several occasions. I love when you start recognizing pictures. You know, if you've done a lot of Photoshop stuff, when you start recognizing the pictures, it's time you go into free stock side and stuff. My nighttime snack of grapes is looking less and less great by the second. I understand. That is completely understandable. How do you say conjunctivitis? How do you say conjunctiva, perhaps? Yeah. Ooh, that is a nasty one. That is pterygium? I don't know how you say that. Yeah, it's like a membrane that grows over the eye. It's a very ugly thing. Kind of very, very annoying to remove. Causing everyone nightmares today. I'm very sorry. Okay, let me see here with all licenses. If we find more eye stuff, this is good. Hyperemia. CC share-alike could be used. Oh, what if you look for like cow eye or something like that, like an animal's eye, which usually you'll find removed. This cow's eye? Really? Wow, okay. Like some other animals. Oh, I got a lot of gross stuff today, guys. I'm sorry to expose you to this. Lots of just floating eyes. Not amazing. Okay, let's look here. Leave the catacomb search open, because we learn English just to understand you. What do you speak normally? Not a lot of eyes here. Great. Okay, let's look in other sides. Look for eyeballs specifically. Oh, this one has a lot of conjunctiva. How do you say that? Words are hard, y'all. Useless algae. Thank you. And teaspoon noon. Thank you as well. I think I missed you. Following. A wet specimen. Preserved eyeballs? Preserved eyeballs. That would be on Wikimedia if I... Not really anything here. What is this? Ivory and horn model of an eye. Interesting. Not what we're looking for though. Not looking specifically for awards, so we're looking just for cool eyes we can use. So nothing like too specific for now. And I'm also looking for things like this, so I can get like the center of the eye, the iris, get something cool for the iris, and then build the whole eyeball around it. Since I probably won't be able to find the whole eyeball, I think this will be probably the best option. Let's actually give it a try with what we got. Since we already got a few. So this one we can use to get this texture and kind of repeat it around. If that makes sense. Then use this one. Oh, sorry. I forgot to change a thing. Silly me. Black and white filter. Goat eyes are very cool. Llama eyes as well, that is true. Some very cool eyes around. Cuttlefish are my favorites, or one of my favorites. So the idea for this, it's called Undead Beholder, so we're choosing an eye with cataracts, so it kind of like it looks hazy and stuff. And then if we just use this and spread it around like that, maybe we can create the whole eye. Maybe we'll need different textures to kind of keep it interesting. We'll see. We do something like this. Just repeat it every so often. We'll be well on our way. Okay, copy this one, yeah. I'm gonna rebuild an eye from scratch, exactly. And it doesn't need to look perfect, because it's gonna be like within this little crevice here, so we don't need to worry too much about the edges. So we'll just build something and then see where we go from there. So yes, I'm building a little eye flower. How about that? It is ironic because one of the commissions I got right now is literally, well, there's several options, but it's book cover, and one of the main ideas we got for the book cover is a flower with an eye in it. So, seems slightly prophetic. Pretty little flower. Exactly. Back with food. And here we're back with eyes. Oh nice, I hate it. I can't wait to see more. That's the right attitude. So now we can try and let's see. So I do a copy of the whole thing. Put the center here. I need to zoom out to be able to see everything. I just do this, and then I do the same thing again, and then we'll just smooth everything. That is a very weird way of doing things, but you know, I'm all about weird ways of doing stuff. Why not? For now, the idea is to just fill up the space, so as long as we fill everything up more or less, we'll be good. Then we'll focus on the textures. Looking at the flower, or is it looking at you? Is it even a flower anymore? What is it? Okay, that is vaguely eye-shaped, isn't it? Merge everything here. I guess we'll just merge the whole thing. What is the prompt today? The prompt is Undead Beholder. So big old eye. And maybe we'll do several different eyes and stuff, but for now we just wanted to do one big eyeball. I still don't know what the lore is gonna be. We'll improvise. Fun part. Now of course we do have a lot of repeated textures all around. So we could either try and bring some other scleras to fill in some textures and stuff. Did we look for sclera? I think we did. We look here. If there's anything good. Oh, this is one big eyeball. Oh, look at that. It's a fake one, but the textures are there. You can use that to smooth out the textures quite a lot. We can go for other ones, but let's look here for sclera. I think that's how you write it in English. You never know. Nothing great though. Oh, this one is bloody. Oh, you guys can see it. It's here. Think of that flower that smells of decay and only blooms once a year. Ooh, I like that. My eyes are itchy, as they should. Okay, let's see. I think we'll need to make... Yeah, let's make our iris a bit bigger. Match the proportions on this one. And this one is like too painted, too plasticky. But I feel like we can use it either in a mode like overlay mode here, just smooth this out a lot. Bit much nicer to look at while reducing all the painted textures, which we can also blur. So overlay mode will help. And I think we can combine that with a normal mode. How do you make that layer have the alpha of the one below? That is a clipping mask, and you either right click and say create clipping mask, I don't even know, here, oh, release create clipping mask, or you press Alt and you click in between two layers. You see how the icon changes here? That'll just clip it, and you can do a chain of clips. So both of these are clipped to this one. I'm gonna make the edges smoother. Then I'll just pick a circle. I'll make it just slightly smaller than our eyeball. Make a layer mask out of it. A bit more feathered. I think we got an eyeball. I mean, the edge is not going to matter too much at the end of the day, because we are going to be placing it in the darkness. Should the eye be looking directly at us? Because all the family here is kind of looking at us. Or some of them, I guess. Also, yeah, the lens of this person feels like it's outside. I don't know if that's my eye getting tricked. No, it is definitely outside. Ooh, that's a nasty one. Having the lens pop out like that. We'll fix it up in Photoshop. Make it feel like it's inside though. Yeah, it's a pretty advanced case of cataracts where the lens is just completely... feels like it's completely destroyed at this point. Like, I don't think you can see anything out of that. If you go into eye medicine, I would never. I hate it. I don't hate it as much as other people. You know, thing like through studying medicine, I've gotten myself like I became used to pretty much any nasty thing. You know, the one that still gets me. The only thing that grosses me out IRL is the skin. Dermatology. I could never in my life do dermatology. It grosses me out so much. Ah, there's something about skin stuff. Like, not like mild skin stuff, that is fine. Like the nasty stuff you see in medical books. That will scar you forever. I'm kidding. Like, some people can take it much better than I, and those are the ones that can go to dermatology, if they so desire. I will not. The iris kind of looks not round, absolutely, because the lens here is popping out. Owen the Banker, welcome. I want Dr. Ed to fix my medical conditions with Photoshop. I should specialize in that. Digital medicine. I'll just pretend to fix any issue. Like, yeah, just send me a picture of your liver. I'll just clone stamp it back into health. Oh, I studied medicine. Finished last year. People always suggested to me I should go into medicine. I was like, hell no, can you imagine me dealing with people complaining about something the whole day? That is fair. I went into medicine to do research, and well, now I am actually like considering doing art full time and trying to go for it. But apart from that, I still want to like study research stuff. So in terms of medicine, that's where I'm going. How many eye monsters are you making today? Depends on how much time we have. But now just the one. There's one big old eye. I don't know if you should make this feel more transparent though. Nah. I work with a local group that helps neglecting abuse animals. Nice. 2 days ago I got called to assist a dog that was hit by a car. Oh no. In things. Yeah, nice. You get used to stuff after a while. Let's see. Probably partially cover it with some rocks. It's embedded into the rock a little bit. Those eye creatures. Yeah, we'll give them some lore, of course. Still haven't figured out exactly what, but these people are visiting Catacomb. Originally, like in the original picture, they are actually refugees in the war, in the World War II, that are hiding in a catacomb. But I think for the purpose of our story, these people are going to kind of visit a dead relative, and we're just catching them in their little personal moment with this person, with this spirit, I guess, which is just a big eye. Something in that vein, I think. I think that's where we'll go lore-wise. The prompt is Undead Beholder, so it has to do something with death. Visit their undead relative, basically. Now we can just take this. Move it around inside our selection here. Maybe wanted to cover the upper part here a bit more. So we need to make this larger. Plot twist, it's not a floating eye, it's actually a whole creature curiously looking through the hole. Perhaps. Leave that to people's imagination. Because at the end of the day, the scariest thing possible is the one you can imagine. So, in horror, the more you leave to the imagination, the better. Like, whatever you can come up with for this creature is probably scarier than whatever I can tell you, so. Because what you come up with will be what personally scares you. So. It's always gonna be scarier to you personally. Light is dead. Close enough. I guess, yeah, I guess this Undead Beholder can't see much anymore. It's probably very old. I kind of like this, where we're covering part of it with this wall here, so it feels like it's embedded in a bit deeper sense. A long nostril. You won't drop that one, will you? You guys won't drop the long nostril. Various horrors are the ones that we don't know anything else. Yeah, the unknown is the scariest. That's for sure. Just point the bloody camera at the monster, for crying out loud. No, when they show the monster, the movie is dead. Like, showing the monster is a punchline, right? Unless, I mean, there's many ways of doing horror, but so I won't pretend there's like one true and mighty way, but to me, showing the monster is, or the thing you've been wondering about for the whole movie, the whole time, is the moment where you should end it. Like, you've shown it, you don't have any scares left in your pocket. You do that, and conclusion. You have to rush to the conclusion. Also, thanks for the save reminder. It does kind of look like a skull, if you think about it, that's true. If we put it on, if we actually just do this. Now it's a friendly little creature. Now it's just a little guy, you know, with the 2 eyes. Oh my god. I always want a good look at the creature. I mean, same, but not always. It's not always a solution to just like show a creature full. Like, that's why in Megalomorpha, which is my long-running series, I'm not showing the full like monster, like bug-human hybrids I've been teasing. I'm not gonna show them. I might never ever even show them, because whatever you're imagining is probably better. I don't know what, because I still don't have the every story planned out. I have the lore, but I don't have every story, so I don't know exactly how much I'll show or not. But I know that the moment I show full-size bug-human hybrid is the moment Megalomorpha is done, and that is the end of the series. Same with the fractals and fractal humans. The moment I show a full fractalized human is probably going to be the last part of the series, because you want to keep your big kick to the until the end. If you show it in the middle, the rest is worthless. Drawing the monster is a fun part, that is true as well, but sometimes you gotta like refrain yourself. I think you always need to leave at least one thing, that is true. You gotta leave a mystery. 2 eyes is a sweet spot for cute, everything more or less is scary. That is true. Ocular Obsessed comes here with the best eye theory. In games I have no sense of self-preservation. I always run up to the monster and want to say hi. Fair, that is what I do as well. I think specifically the people in this chat are probably the ones that are gonna run up to the monster in the movie. Showing the monster early can work for inevitable doom if you want to show it as something terrifying and unavoidable. Yeah, like your Godzilla. Horrible creature, we only have little guys here. Yeah, we do have a lot of little guys. Did you guys see yesterday's little guy? Here, no, that's DNA Forge, amniotic tank experiment. This is the little guy we did yesterday. You might say it's a little bit, the lighting is a bit different because I changed it before posting. I made it a bit darker. But look at this little guy, his name is Edward. Hey Bo, thank you for the follow. The end of the fractal series should be the photographer taking a picture of his own hand, as it's almost fully fractalized. I don't think there's a photographer doing the fractal series. It's kind of presented from an outside view, right? There's no one taking the photos. We're just watching it unfold. So I don't think there's a photographer character in the at least how I have conceptualized the fractal series. But it'll end in some like finality like that. So it'll be something in the vein. All the fractals going on everywhere. Not only flowers or humans. It's like an alien virus. Yeah, it's more like a concept that has invaded reality. Yeah, the fractals just get taken over by, I don't know, triangles, and now it's all triangles, right? Yeah, I guess that's true, Msetti. I still don't have exactly I know the end, I know how it's gonna end. I know it's just gonna keep going and going until we reach full fractal apocalypse. I guess that's pretty obvious, right? That is where it's going. I still know the exact steps. I know the next one I'm gonna take is how the fractal affects people's brains. We already seen part of how it affects the bodies. I want to do how it affects their thoughts, how it affects their minds. And I have a few ideas. First, I have an idea of doing a brain scan. And the brain scan is fractalized, like the brain inside is fractalized. For the more physical side of it. And then next to it, we show the more behavioral side of it, where it's the people are actually organizing and just getting together and building fractal structures. So you'll see maybe a landscape, and there's a huge like pyramid made of smaller pyramids, and it's just a line of people just bringing materials to it. They're just like getting obsessed with the fractals to a point where it's like flock behavior. That's my idea for now. So next episode is gonna be, we've seen fractal body, or the fractal syndrome, which I called the last part. Next one is gonna be fractal brain. Fractal behavior, I guess. And it's just gonna keep going in that direction, right? Exploring the ramifications of this world, like how it slowly devolves into full fractal. Uzumaki 2 Electric Boogaloo, exactly. It is, yeah, my concept is very obviously Uzumaki inspired, and I kind of like, I'm going in the same direction. Uzumaki, I mean, spoilers, mute the stream if you want to read Uzumaki and you haven't yet, because you should, but spoilers ahead. Uzumaki ends within the world of this comic, within this little village. We just end in the apocalypse of this village, right? We don't see what happens to the outside world, but we know this village is like fully gone in a way. That is what I want to imply, but in a worldwide scale. That is where the Fractal series is going. I don't mind spoiling it. I know we're 32 people here. I don't mind spoiling the Fractal series to 32 people. And I think like the direction it's going is fairly obvious, so I don't mind like people knowing where it's going. It's not like I'm not going to tell you the whole lore of Megalomorpha, because that would be boring. That would be beating the purpose. I think the fun of the Fractal series is just how it's going to be executed. That story. So yeah. Fractals and Megalomorpha crossover. I shouldn't do that. I'll confuse everybody. Can you imagine if suddenly the Megalomorpha series like suddenly ended and it just it was all fractals and everybody forgot about the bugs. Fractal brain, fractal behavior sound like brand names. Band names. I thought I read that as brand names. I was like, fair enough. Junjito is an inspiration for sure. Fractal wrist veins, I like that. Also, thanks for the save reminder. I just saved. Okay, lighting. How does the lighting in this situation work? Clearly coming from here and like from the back here. this direction. Which means this. I should undo some of these shadows because I went a bit too hard. I was just doing them distractedly without thinking about the lighting too much. What if our own world is post-double helix apocalypse? I love that actually. Like it's just been waves, and DNA is just a byproduct of one of these older waves. That's a very fun idea. Fractal nostrils. You guys will not drop this guy's nostrils. Okay. Context for people who don't know why we're talking about nostrils. This was from a couple days ago now. We did this edit with the Clan Man, and for some reason everybody obsessed about this guy's nostrils being very long. I don't think they're that long. I think it's just the angle that everybody obsessed with the nostrils. Maybe when we do get to the emotes, when we get to 35 subs, we do nostril emotes instead of a teeth one. You guys like them so much. But let's be careful to not get sued by the Long Nostril Association. They're known to be very litigious. Look at that schnoz. I feel like there's just some light here, which I imagine is mostly just reflected light. Just bouncing here. And all that, and down here as well. So I probably just don't want to go full black on here just to do the bouncing lights. I'm just imagining a nose sticking out of this hole. That would be funny. I would like that. A nose creature. We should do a nose creature at some point. What do you guys think? Opinions on nose creatures. I want to hear them. Okay, this noise should be slightly larger. Seems good. You did the nose creature clam guy. In a way. Some kind of nose worm. Oh, so you're imagining like a creature that climbs into your nose. But no, I don't mean something that climbs into your nose, no. I mean a creature that, like this one is an eye? Well, a creature that is a nose. Just like straight up is a nose. I found it funny for some reason. I wonder if that could be made scary. Oh. There's a bug that eats fish tongues and replaces them with itself. Yes, I really like that. Teeth dip inside the nostrils. No, because then it's a mouth creature. No, we don't want to cheat doing mouth creatures. It's gotta be a nose creature. A nose that climbs into you. I do like the idea of that tongue parasite from fish. And doing that with a nose. I think that could be a good approach to do a nose creature. I don't know, could we use any of these month's prompts as an excuse to do nose creature? What do you guys think? Take a look at the prompt list. And tell me. Also, Muff B, thank you for the follow. Or I'll accept nose body horror as well. No, it's a dumb thing, but you know, I mentioned it from time to time. I've had this idea of doing a whole body horror series, like the Megalomorpha and the Fractal one, like a full long running series focused on body horror and medical horror specifically, right? Like the ones I've been doing for the teeth and stuff. So like body horror explained from a medical perspective. And I want to do that in the future, and doing this much body horror like I'm doing this month, I feel like I might be burning my ideas too soon. I don't know, there's a million things to do, so I know it's a dumb idea, but get that creeping sensation. But your nose, a parasitic arthropod or cephalopod that resembles a nose. It eats yours and attaches itself to your face, alters your taste to make you eat foods that provide the correct nutrients for it. That is fantastic. I love the alters your taste. Schnoz from Berserk. That's fantastic. Yes, I love Schnoz from Berserk. Berserk? How do you say that? I think it's Berserk. Also, White Bear, thank you for the follow. Yes, I do like the nose parasite. I think parasites in general are just such a great, such a rich vein for medical horror. I'm planning on doing a lot of parasite stuff when I do that series I keep talking about. Yeah, so it's one of those things, like I've been itching to get to that series because I know it's gonna be good. I know I can do it well because my medical training can actually put my medical training to use for once in my life. But I want to do it justice, and I don't want to have like 3 main series at the same time because that'll be a mess. So I want to wait until I'm done with at least one of them, at least Megalomorpha. I don't know which one I'll finish first, if Megalomorpha or Fractals. Probably Megalomorpha because it's been running for longer. But yeah, gosh. Did I tell you guys there's gonna be a YouTube video talking about Megalomorpha coming out on Monday? It's very cool. I already saw it on preview, and or at least an early version of it. I don't know if it's the final one, but it's gonna be coming on this Monday, and it's looking great. Hoping we'll get more people interested in my beautiful little bugs. Not mine, by the way. A video by a YouTuber with about 100,000 subscribers. The nose parasite had like an egg sac of your sinuses and go over time. Ooh, I like that. That's very good. Just finish one. I think I'm still fairly far from finishing either of them. For the Megalomorpha one, I could keep it going forever. I'm not gonna, because, you know, I got things to do. But like, I still don't see the conclusion being super closed. And for Fractals, if I actually like crunched it and did a bunch of parts really close together, which I might get to. Yeah, maybe maybe in December or January or something like that. Maybe I could get it done fairly quick. Anyway, in terms of lighting, yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Does the lighting look natural to you guys? It's like really the only thing that could be casting a shadow is this corner here. Not really. This one. Here a little bit. Is that a window? Oh, that's true. The reflection on the pupil. It is definitely a window. That is a very good observation. Yes, let's actually remove this. Figure out a reflection. So I'll put something on screen probably, or overlay might work better. And again, we got lights up here. So I feel like it would be, considering the curvature, over here. Sense. Oh, and reflect the woman. You're right, you're right. See, I was missing some basic stuff. That's what I get when I'm distracted. Rush them all out. December challenge, stream every day. So starting in December, I want to stream much. Like I'm not going to stream every day like in November, like this month, yeah, because it's going to be a lot. I'm going to burn out, but I do want to stream. I want to make a regular stream schedule and stick to it. And then, as I already announced, I still have to announce on Twitter, by the way, I'm going to have this little podcast thing going, and I'm trying to make it. I'm thinking of making it like bi-weekly, like every couple weeks. I don't know if that means twice a week or every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, make an episode of that, depending on like how can I schedule people and stuff. But that's gonna be the attempt at least. Chat is not scrolling. Oh yeah, the eye will be unsharpened. I usually keep it for the end once I've done everything. Oh, and thanks for the save reminder. I'll save in a sec. I'm placing this. So in terms of reflection, I think it would be like this. To just select this, and then I'm just gonna warp it a little. I put it on screen. Apply the layer mask. I mean, we can imply that she's basically touching the eye, but just reduce the opacity to keep it at a... and saving. Okay, now I think we can take everything and put it into feather this reflection. Oh right, it would be blacker than this. I guess since we're putting on screen, I wouldn't really work on that layer, so. I think it would just mostly be the neck, the blouse that would be reflected, right? It's more like a shadow. I mean, the thing with black reflections that we just won't see a lot, so we mostly just get the reflection from the blouse thingy. Teach me a word in Spanish. Let's see, I could do eye, but that's very easy. I'm gonna do cataract, which is cataratas. Or cataracts, that would be the name for the sickness. Would the bottom of the iris be lit rather than the top? It's from above. If the light is from above, I guess we'd have a little bit of light. So considering looking at these shadows, how the light does this, right? Maybe a little bit of the lower part of the iris would have some light that came through all the way and like exits this way. That could be a thing. It's like a little line of light or something like that. Here we have reflections, so it doesn't. And if we make this... Okay, I think this might be subtle, but maybe we can pull it off. If the lens is right behind the iris, which it is, IRL, I know that in this picture it isn't, it's because it's a picture of the lens like literally popping out. But IRL, that would mean that there's some space in between the opaque iris and the lens, which is also opaque because it is full of cataracts. So there would be a little bit of shadow here on the top and not as much in the bottom. Right, I think that makes sense. See, it's the hardest thing of Photoshop, like figuring out these silly things. Also, cynical pepper. I was gonna say cyclical pepper. And Jesselise, welcome. They discovered death itself and have digged down in local catacombs. When villagers stopped visiting the graves of their beloved ones, instead they ventured deep down into the darkness to see them eye to eye. I like that. Actually, hey, what if you shadow the left side of the eye so it looked less round? It would make it look like it's round though. Corneas are weird. They really are. Let's see, I think this layer might be a bit too sharp. Get the levels here, put them on top instead. No, see, we can't go too dark, because at some point you're actually getting darker than the cave behind it, and you gotta like limit it. We do limit it with this though, blend it in. Oh, the left wall here, I actually don't think so. Because look, there's light on the left wall. So it wouldn't cast a shadow here, right? It would cast a shadow behind there. Like behind the wall itself. You can see here, for example, this part is not affected by the light because the light is coming from outside it. Hold on. Better drawn with little lines on it. So the light is coming from here, crossing this corner and then going here. Here the light is coming and touching directly on the wall. So the cast shadow will be behind here at most. While this cast shadow actually would go all the way up here. My calculations are more or less correct. And then a little bit of the eye casting shadow here, but it was already in shadow, so it's not really a concern. And then yeah, kind of here, that's more like ambient occlusion, a little bit in the areas that are touching. We consider that these are touching, which, considering the reflection here, probably are. So yeah, I assume our light source is on the ceiling somewhere here, right? So if we can imagine a light here, which is the one I reflected here, I tried to make it like a ceiling light. I don't know how it would look, but I can imagine like two little ceiling lights there. Oh, I tried to conceptualize it. It's a bit easier if you kind of draw it like this. A shiny eyeball. It looks kind of wet, it's true. Big eye. Yeah, hey, welcome everybody. Okami, Nux, Despond, some fella, Dandy Strange. Welcome everybody to our little eye creature stream. Just having fun here. Retouching the lighting, trying to make it look as right as possible. And another thing we do have to take care of is, like, realism and achieving the perfect realism is great, but if we make it so, if we blend it in with the background so much that it is invisible at first glance, then we've lost the art game, right? It's like if people don't even notice it, then it was for naught. I do want to make some little reflections like this because I really like them. I might make them in a separate layer just so I don't mess up anything. Yeah, it's a bit of a soft shadow, but considering this, it should be slightly soft. Maybe it is too soft though. I'll do it a smaller size, something like that. So I'm usually like very scared of directly drawing things like the reflections and stuff. But in some cases when you want to make something look kind of wet, drawing your own little highlights like this on top of the picture can really help sometimes. Make it shinier for the Twitter scrollers. We got the color dodge layer. Oh no, not the color dodge. Oh, and thanks for the save, Commander. I just remember the ancient Greek practice of hanging models of the body part they wanted healed on the temple walls, really. And the little wooden eyes, I like that. Should we like go overboard? We make it shiny as hell. We like pump the contrast so it looks like some kind of horrible creature. I actually kind of like the pumped up contrast, jokes aside. Lens flare. Chromatic aberration in a black and white picture. Just suddenly the reds are popping out of the black and white picture. That would be fantastic. Mod this guy? I will mod you if you aren't more careful. Okay, any other little reflections okay to add? I feel like here in the corner, the cornea is a pretty nice spot for reflections. That's fun. We'll put little brain effigies for you. Don't worry. Is me seeing if adding a whole layer to paint the cornea, like the lights and shadows that the cornea would create, would make any sense. A little bit. But I'm not against that. Now midtones. Perhaps, yeah. I do want to pump out the brights, so it's still visible. That's my main concern. Red activated version of this picture. The shadows on top are kind of squarey. Which shadows? These? Is that squarey? I mean like sharp? Or like literally square. Maybe it doesn't. It's a bit rounder to kind of imitate this shape. Let's see, let's put everything, that's my little annotation. Put everything into a layer and we work with the whole image. See what we got. Okay. Now we just play around with little sliders, we have fun. And sometimes we play around with the sliders and you actually bring them to their limits, to their minimums and maximums. You actually notice some possible levels, errors. So it's sometimes a fun a nice way to find out errors, and sometimes it's just a fun way to add different touch to the image. Make it contrast more, or less contrast. That could work. But mostly just play around with the sliders and see what I get. It's more of a feel thing here. But what if it had baby arms? Fire won't stop until every picture I do has baby arms. It's an obsession. You guys like less contrast? I do like the low contrast look of some old pictures. It's a nice vibe. In terms of effects, I wanna... See, I think I went too hard on the noise here. The grain on the eye itself. Yeah, for sure. Hold on. Yeah, I'll just accept this. We'll hide it for now. I'll actually go back to the noise because it's a bit too much. Yeah, for sure. I think it was the right size, but definitely not the right quantity. There, here. I think, yeah, 50% looks good. Doesn't matter because we're gonna add more noise on top of the whole thing. That's always nice. Oh yeah, you're right. We forgot about blurring the whole eye. We're so focused on the rest. Hold on. So this is a whole eye group. And I'm just gonna do a copy of it. Ctrl J, give it a sec. Merge that. Make it into a smart object. Just put the noise on top of everything. Then just blur this a little bit. I think 1 and 2 possibly. Maybe 1.1. Slightly more, because I'm seeing the veins here and they feel like a bit too much. Focus on the eye, exactly. 1.6. Oh, thanks for the saving reminder. When you hear your neighbors fighting. Peeking through. Okay, so we are back on our camera filter. We were editing before. So we were on the grain. Using the quantity and the size of it. So the size, I usually go right to the point where you start losing detail. On the original, I'm just looking at her face right now. So you just add grain to the point where the detail of the original starts being lost, and you stop there. You stop right before it. You still keep the detail of the original, but everything else would have the same grain matched. And then you can play around with the quantity of it, which looks good. Let's see at full size. And a bit of vignettes to help us focus on the eye. Midpoint. I just want like the central area to be the important focus. So that area more or less. Then we choose how much vignettes. She looks like she's seen things. Or that's a hard one to pronounce. Oh, your mom's MILF. Okay. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, don't tell this lady to look back. Do not look behind you. Oh, you know, when I started the stream and I did the stream notification, I just did like a creepy thing where I said, don't look behind you. Well, now that has literally materialized during the stream, so was I wrong? Turn around. It's Locke from Nightmare Before Christmas. Don't look at the eye. Don't look at the eye. See, low contrast is fun. I mean, kind of like old picture feeling, but it really reduces the the impact that the big eye in the background has, I believe. I might actually bring that back a little. Definitely feels more integrated. In terms of little corrections, you know, something that bothers me is that the iris and what do you call it in English? Here. Well, the lens, because it is what it's saying, are looking both equally. They're both the same value, which maybe with colors we could distinguish them better. But here they're both the same value. Usually your pupil is darker. And you know, that feels more eye-like. But we do want to make it feel like a little bit glazed over. I don't know if we should add some soft light or something to darken it and it feel more eye-like, perhaps? I'm not sure. Max contrast, just black and white. Finally able to make a stream. Hey, welcome. Great to have you here. You guys like the low contrast eye like this better? It just, it kind of wasn't feeling like an eye, slightly. It was feeling like something, but not super eye-like for some reason. This looks like a nice Christmas card for a nice family. Yeah. We can put a little Merry Christmas. Oh, lights. Merry. Merry Christmas. Just a nice little postcard. Darker pupil makes it more like a googly eye. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Okay, what if then instead of that we actually erase everything here? What if we darkened the iris? Oh, I think I might have gone over the poor lady's face in my rush. Don't worry, I clean it up. Yeah, what if we darken the iris instead? What I want is a little bit of contrast between the iris and the pupil. So this would be darkened iris. What do you guys prefer? Might be for darker iris, personally. Because it does feel more eye-like when I do add some of that contrast, even though it's like inverted to what we usually have in the eyes. Like, you can understand it's glazed over, but... I have an idea as well. Just to make it slightly grosser. Because this isn't gross enough, apparently. Just to make it slightly grosser, I want to add some veiny textures to the glazed over part. For some reason that felt right. Let me actually get... the goop. Look, we got this one as well, which is pretty gross. This texture here, and we got this one we used for the veins. So I might actually recycle some veins from that. So. Here's how I'll do it. I'll put it on soft light or overlay and give it a high pass filter to turn it into more of a texture. And then just turn it up enough that we see the veins. Now I'll give them the same Gaussian blur the rest had. Turn the up a little bit, and then I'll just apply that on the iris. Does that do anything? There we go. That is not the iris, by the way, that's the pupil. Getting them mixed up. Also Willow for the follow. Bean? I don't know if I thanked Bean for the follow. If I didn't, I'll thank you again. And what about this? Can we make anything out of this? In terms of like texture and stuff. I'm gonna pick this and then... maybe a soft light. It's a bit too dark. Do levels and just... Not against this. Like, it makes it look glazed over, but more turbulence. And I think that's pretty cool, actually. And like, it's not entirely glazed over, it's more... And now I can remove this, I think. So we got enough contrast. Where did that picture come from? Well, it is a congenital cataract. And it came from Wikimedia. fully check the license for the picture because I don't remember it. That is public domain, which is great news. I love the public domain. Yeah, what do you feel about this? I think it adds some extra grossness and texture. Oh, the one with the family in it. It comes from Sicily during the Second World War. Get you a link. Syracuse, Sicily. Yes. Second World War. 1943. During, of course, the invasion of Italy. Here you go. Yeah, I like that. I like this. There is no convincing me otherwise. So now I'm doing my shortcut F11 to just turn everything into a single layer. And then I add the smart filters we did before. Now we can compare. It's just a pupil that we changed. Big old undead eye looking at them. Dark derp bear. Thank you for the follow. It's the complete antithesis of my photo work. Noise, blur, and vignettes, madness. Well, that is what I do. Noise, blur, vignettes, and madness. It's my brand. And thank you, Zoomer. We're here trying to do something as simple as just adding a big eye in here, but it's more about, well, obviously making it look integrated into the picture, making it look natural. Obviously people are not going to believe it, because nobody believes a big eye in a cave. So we're not going for convincing people, we're going for the feel of it. Make it feel realistic and spooky more than anything. You believe it? Oh yeah, we got some true believers in chat today. What if I added more eyes? So that's what I was considering. But just considering how goofy it looked when we added a second eye in here, it might be worse. Some people believed in the Halkite pics. True, but like mostly a very crazy QAnon supporter, so I wouldn't count that as the general population. I improved your picture, oh no. Okay, hold on, let me show that to chat. Let me show you a very cursed image to chat. So, Imseria made an improved version with lens flares and a redshifting. Now it's a color image. Amazing. Great job. Let's save this. I saved all the things you guys sent me. I saved them. I display them. So all of your work is beautiful. Because look at. I'm gonna show you something Faya made the other day. Look at this. I'm a crab man. This is your best work, Faya. Screw Nocturne. Subtle but good change. I did peak with that. You did, you truly did. Now it's all downhill from there. There is only one step, and it is crab. Eyeball heads is something that I really like from like surreal imagery, and I've never done eyeball heads. But you know, maybe at some point I should. So, smaller eyes. Hey, look, Craig, waiting with party. Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? Look, I hope your stream was good. We're here doing a creepy eye in Photoshop. Our original picture is this, and then we just added a bunch of stuff. Like, let me show you. Why isn't our eye showing? There we go. So we created an eyeball by just combining a bunch of different pieces and putting them together. Did this, we created an eyeball with it. Obviously this is all black and white. Then we put it on the background, gave it a layer mask. Gave it all of this, and slowly you can see it come forward. Then we added all of this, not this, there we go. Some sketches, and finally we got this little run through of what we just did. Save Reminder reward is out of stock. I think there's a time limit. I think it's like every 5 minutes, just so people don't spam it, because it's a very cheap one. So I just saved though. So yeah, welcome new people. Hope you enjoy the creepy stuff. How would it look without the black and white filter? That's a good question. We'd have a... It's kind of cool actually. There's some like black and white stuff because that's what I drew in. But overall, it keeps some color. Very nice. And what if we run it through colorize? So let me just put everything into a new layer. Gonna go to filter, neural filter. Photoshop now has an AI colorizing thing, and let's give it a try. Let's see how it figures out the eye. I mean, you can just paint everything one color of Photoshop. That is not really colorizing though. That's pretty lazy. You can tell it like different parts. Like you can tell it this is gray because it's rock. Oh, now it gave me an error. Well, you're not very good. A good filter, aren't you? Oh, Photoshop. These are still like early things. It used to work when you painted different areas, but Photoshop being Photoshop. Found you from the photography stream team. Just joined yesterday. Hey, welcome. I'm the odd one out of the photography team. I'm the one that doesn't, like, barely takes pictures. I do that sometimes, but mostly for reference to create things through photo manipulation. Color out of space vibes. A 2010 video game screenshot, that is a perfect description. Yeah, it didn't really get that it was an eye, and I don't blame it. The AI training tools are not built for monsters and big eyes, I guess. But yeah, Photoshop tried. It tried. Let's just say that. Oh, we'll be getting a lot of use out of those Photoshop filters on the 28th or 27th when we do the prompt number 28, which is Uncanny Valley Origins. So I'm just going to repeat this because it's a fun prompt and I would like folks to participate. So the idea is that on the day of this prompt, Uncanny Valley Origins, the day before or so, I'm gonna ask folks on Discord, so if you're on the Discord, like, keep an eye out, to DM me an image of themselves, like can be a selfie or like a front-facing image of themselves, right? I'll just anonymize them all, so nobody will know who is who unless they choose to reveal that. and I will edit them on stream and turn them into uncanny valley versions of themselves. So like slightly move the eyes and just make it look weird. And we'll be using Photoshop's AI filters because it's fantastic at doing that. And yes, and we'll do like a little collage of these uncanny valley people. If like completely voluntary, if you guys want to join into that, just keep an eye out on the Discord on the around the 26th or so. So yeah, join the Discord if you aren't in it. If you don't have a Discord, can we DM the images to you on Twitter? Yeah, okay, and I'll put a call out on the day before the stream. So yeah, the 26th, I'll put a call out and let you guys send me images through Discord, through Twitter, whatever you guys prefer. Keep an eye. Yeah, that'll be a fun one. But yeah, definitely join the Discord. It's like such a nice community, super accepting and open and fun, and it's full of fantastically talented horror artists and just people who enjoy that type of art. So I'm already uncanny. Oh, I'll uncannyfy you further. I'll figure it out before, and like don't send me pictures yet, because I'll put like some rules. I'll like say, okay, it's gonna be like a front-facing picture from like front-facing angle or this kind of lighting. I'll try to figure out like a list of easy rules that people can send me pictures following that, so we can do a whole collage of these people, and it's like these people of uncanny people, and make it look fun, and like have them all like more or less samey. I will push you all into the valley. Don't look down. Okay, I think we did a very cool thing for Undead Beholder. Just for context here, I came into this idea like kind of unsure of what I was even gonna do. I had no idea of where we were going with Undead Beholder. But considering that, I really like this. It's simple, but it works. It does a trick. So people were suggesting, and I was considering, adding other smaller eyes. I don't know if I love the idea, honestly. Like, I'm not totally opposed to it, but we could do a copy of the eye like this. And we can is this one off? There we go. Like, it's the same thing again. If we add other smaller eyes, now it looks like there's a whole face here, and these are the eye holes. And even if we add more, it'll still be a bit weird, I think. Like, to me, it still reads like a face when I start adding a second eye. I'm just adding them quickly like this without blending them, but just to get an idea of what it could be. You can see it because of the shadows, but it has baby arms. Every one of my creations has baby arms. I just photographed them in a way where you can't really see them most of the time. But Nathan, Fire, you should be happy about all the baby arms we've done. Look at this. Baby arms? Look at this. Baby arms? Like, aren't you happy? We've done 2 baby arms in 12 days. That's 2 baby arms per week. If we count both. And if we count baby legs, same thing. Oh, Beholder tentacles. I'm not intending to make the D&D Beholder. It's just Beholder as a name, where it's a big eye. The Beholder's nostril. Does it make Megalomorph as baby arms? Yeah, they're always like right out of view, but they're always there. If I still had that Ed Crab image, I would add baby arms. Anything can be improved by baby arms. It's one of the rules of this stream. Yeah, I'm not sure about adding other eyes. What we do need to add is my signature. So, as I always do, I'll explain it for the new folks. I always add my signature, which is this little symbol, and I always try to hide it somewhere, so I won't just put a watermark or sign it in the corner. What I'll do is try to integrate it into something within the picture. So for example, what is this? Maybe it could be my signature. Or what is this pattern here? I don't know. I don't know if I could add it here, but I could imagine could be added here. So I always try to hide it and integrate it, and it's both a way for people to not be able to crop my signature out, and for folks to recognize that it's my work, for the folks that know, and it's kind of, it becomes a little game of hiding it, and the people that know try to find it. So it's always a fun little thing. On the kid's doll. Which kid has doll? I think that's just a rag. I think they're eating. I think that's a spoon. You got like a bowl. I don't know. I don't think that's something we'll be able to work into the lore. You got like a sort of pitcher here, a jug. But yeah, I think they're just living in here. Imagine living in some catacombs. It is depressing. Poor people. Don't know what is here. Carved on the cave's wall. Yeah, that is a great idea actually. It's like roughly carved somewhere. Here is a good place. It's like a big empty place. So yeah, roughly carved like that. I like this. Or here. When I find it, it gets clone stamped and then it's my image. But then you clone stamped it at least, and that was some effort. If I just, when you put it in the corner and people just, oh, I put it the other way around. When you put it in the corner, then just people can't crop it out. Because people are evil. People on the internet are evil and will crop any signatures they see. Not all of them, but eventually someone in the chain of the image getting shared around different sites, somebody will modify it, and people will add their own watermarks, people will crop it and remove your signature. Eventually it'll look like a broken mess, and that is your legacy. Because people say the internet and digital media has allowed for an era where you can copy any digital file and it never loses quality. Yeah, have you seen an image that's been shared 100 times? Have you seen how that shit looks? We're gonna need digital archaeologists repairing old JPEGs in a while. I'm not even kidding. Just Shutterstock watermark. Just put a giant thing here. And let's see who can remove that. Border on the dress. I think I like carved on the wall. I think that's probably the best of our options. So negative creep JPEG. Thank you for the follow. It's a gas mask. What is a gas mask? Not like what is a gas mask, but like where did you see it? Why my brush is in the shape of my signature. That is smart. Moldy memes that are super compressed. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys an example because I think it's a great example of that, and it happens to a picture that is very much like the things I do. So hold on with me for a sec because I retweeted it the other day, so I can quickly find it. So a while ago, I see a tweet by a completely deranged person talking about giants, and there was a picture with it. I will find in a second. Here it is. Okay, so about the that's the wrong one. Browser. Whoa, I forgot about this picture. Okay, so I find this tweet by a completely deranged person saying, giant skeletons found by the thousands. The Vatican and the Smithsonian destroyed most and threw some into the bottom of the ocean, because having to explain how they existed contradicted the evolution of mankind from apes. What we feel led to believe. What do you believe? So I find this completely deranged tweet. Everybody's like dunking on it on the quote retweets as usual. But it comes with this picture, and I'm amazed at this picture. I'm not like, I don't believe it, sure, but I'm amazed at the terrible quality of it, and I wonder what's the history behind this. And the chipper Stardew Valley music along with the horror stuff. Yes, that is the vibe of this stream. So yeah, it's a very old conspiracy theory, and what I kind of love is the fact that the Vatican and the Smithsonian are like the evil guys, and the Vatican is the one trying to prove evolution, which they knew the history of, but the Vatican denying science. They wouldn't say that, but anyway, conspiracy theories, they don't have to make sense. They post this picture, and I'm puzzled by it. So what I usually do when I want to find a picture is I will search it on TinEye, for example. And if you search it on TinEye, you can actually quickly find the uncropped version of this. So I quickly figured out that someone, at some point in the chain, someone filled up this. Can you see this line here? Let me actually, because we're doing picture analysis here, so you guys can find Photoshop things quite quickly. You guys see this line? So that was at some point, someone at some point cropped it here, right? And then someone wanted to actually expand it to the right. So they copied, you can see the top of the skull here. You can see this area here, it's copied. This piece of ground here, copied. This window here, again, copied. And then the ground here is just a copy of this several times. And then it's obviously very crunched and very JPEG'd and very small. Like, this is real, pal. It happened to my cousin. It reminds me of Chill's video reposting pics like this and posting them as proof. Yeah, at least Chill's, I don't know if he used to be worse, but he actually posts credit for stuff now. I don't know, like, it's still a meme and his videos are terrible, but at least he credits. So I'm amazed by this, and I find out, I figured I'll find where it comes from. So fairly quickly, I find this, which is the original image. Look at the difference. Look how quickly it deteriorated. And if we actually go back to the thread I did, there we go. I ended up finding where it comes from. It's from a Photoshop Size Matters contest. It's for one of those, it used to be called Worth 1000, now it's called Design Crowd. it was a website where a lot of Photoshop contests were done, and it's where a lot of conspiracy images actually come from. People just did contests for, like, you know, size matters, so they did a giant in the ground, and eventually someone picked this up and posted the merge video. So it actually comes, and you'd say, oh, this must be a picture from like 2003, and it's been 10 years, and then no. 2013. This picture is not old at all. How did it go in this short amount of time from this to this? Right? Pippin, thank you for the follow. That is amazing, isn't it? Well, that is what happens to images with time. And I don't know why I got distracted. I keep getting distracted, guys. That is part of my brand. Let's just say that. That's still 7 years, but that is not a lot. Like, an analog picture doesn't deteriorate as much in 7 years. I would say that digital pictures deteriorate more than analog ones. Deteriorate faster than analog ones as they are shared. Which is crazy, isn't it? Because you don't usually think about it like this. And the more I've been looking into old picture archives, look at this picture, this original picture, right? It's super high quality, and it's from 1943 because somebody found the original and was able to scan it, the negative, and scan it. So we're literally still seeing the same crystals of silver that were in the film in 1943. They haven't changed at all, which is amazing if you think about it. Meanwhile, an image on the internet disappears so quickly, because you can say we can still find the original, sure, because we posted to Design Crowd or Worth 1000 a few years back, but one day that page will go down and only the deteriorated quality picture might exist still, which is such a mindfuck. All these pictures make me want to go bone hunting. And the internet, 7 years is forever. Yeah, I was wondering about that bright spot. Might be a source of light, but there doesn't seem to be any shadows coming from it. It might just be a weird reflective surface or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter much to our purposes. It's kind of on the side of the picture. It doesn't contrast like a ton. If the rest was very dark, it would contrast a lot and then it would bother me. But since it's in a fairly bright area, it doesn't bug me much. Right? Or does it call too much your attention? Considering this is the final one with vignettes, it also helps. Maybe some deterioration. I don't think so, because it follows the shape here too well. So I think there's actually either some reflective surface or some source of light, like a lantern or something, which would make sense that it would need like little lanterns and stuff to keep themselves lit up in here. I was also thinking, if we were to add something else, since this picture was like the main thing here is fairly done, what if we added some offering here? What kind of offering could we put in here? What do you guys think? Maybe it's a human skull and they want to like talk to their relatives, or maybe some flowers or something pretty. Do we give this big eye god some offerings? A child, oh no, we just put him. So let's do this, hold on. No, this one. We just sit him here as an offering. Crab with baby legs. Getting meta. Give it nostrils, oh no. Wooden fingers related to body parts. That's interesting. can't smell flowers without nostrils, that is true. You have 3 whole children for the offering, that is true. I don't know. I'm between something morbid, like a human skull, or something kind of pretty, like flowers or something. Because there's something about giving flowers to a big monster in the walls, right? There's something like unsettling about this. Let's see if we can quickly find some flowers here. Yeah. Like little bouquet? How do you say bouquet? Like French. I think there's a U there. There are some very pretty, like modern ones. But I want that one that can pass in like 1940, right? Basket of flowers, that is better. Withered. Maybe some of their food rations. True, but that wouldn't look like anything, right? That would look like a little can. And we would need to explain it to actually make people pick up on it. So I think flowers will be more like immediately visible without us having to really explain it. Let's see. Okay, let me actually go to the browser because we'll find more things. Hello, little giant. Let's see. Unsplash. Let's search for flower baskets, perhaps. So like, this is too much, right? They're a poor family in World War II. This feels like it's been picked up in the mountains, and I think it would kind of work, right? Kind of like wildflowers. It's not like a beautiful prepared bouquet of roses or something like that. It's just like something you found. This one's cool as well. Lavender. But I think I prefer the one we saw before. Have it say in the other tab. Here. Yeah, I think that one might work best. But let's pull it in. The thing about lavender is when we put it in black and white, will it be visible anymore? Let's go with this for now. I think it's believable for a poor family in war-torn Italy to just be able to go out and find some wildflowers of whatever was lying around in the mountain on their way. This one will be a huge bastard to cut, but I'm hoping that when I actually put it in, and put it in black and white, at least for the gray parts, it'll just blend right in, because it's gonna need some blurring and all that. So the part that's more difficult will be this. So I might actually do some channel selecting. I'll mind which. There we go. So we copy the blue channel. And then we just select the sky. And that saved us a bunch of work. How about that? We put it in there, we add the blur. Blur this as well, feather about 2 pixels, shift it inside. And now we put our little basket at a realistic size. Oh yeah, I think did I grab too many flowers? Oh yeah, the ones in the middle, you're right. So focus on the rest that I didn't notice that. Yep. Okay, now this edge needs blurring. Yeah, it's small, so the idea is to just sell the fact that it's a bunch of flowers and hope that works. Kind of want to add a little bit of soft light maybe, and just brighten up some of the flowers. Make them pop a bit more. But yeah, getting too detailed when you're gonna do something very small and you know it's gonna get blurred is usually not worth it. Keep your sanity. Our soft light layer will brighten this. Does it need a little bit more blurring, or is it me? Get 2 even? Something. Camera is completely misaligned. Keep moving around and it's suddenly out of frame. Okay, we need to create a shadow right behind it. Kind of starts from here. Music, yeah, there are some bangers in there. It's a great playlist. Oh, thanks for the save reminder. You guys are lifesavers. Wouldn't be able to finish half my work. I mean, not that Photoshop crashes that much, but it has happened that I've lost like hours of work on a fateful crash. And the worst is not when Photoshop crashes, but when the computer crashes. Because then that can break the whole Photoshop autosave system. So when Photoshop crashes, usually you have an autosave and you've lost like maybe 5 minutes of work at most. But when the whole computer crashes, sometimes like everything just gets destroyed. And that sucks. Yeah, you can do exclamation mark playlist and you get a link. My PC blue screened me into the middle of my very rare video projects a few days ago. It was horrible. That's exactly what happened to me some time ago, and that was the moment I lost a bunch of work. And yeah, we call that, in the stream here, we call that moment the Photoshop furry curse. Because I was working on one of my, the werewolf collaboration I did, a Lycanthrope series. And I was working on, I'll show you. I was working on the wedding image, this one. And for some reason, well, obviously because we're doing a furry-like thing, we were talking about the fact that there exists a section of the furry community that does Photoshop things and that kind of like Photoshops the furries IRL in real life, and it's very creepy. And we started looking at that, and suddenly my computer crashed, blue screen of death. So it is the Photoshop furry curse. I still don't auto control S. I just did, but I get distracted. Like, or I get like too focused on the art and like talking to folks, and suddenly I forget to save. That's why I make you remind me. And see, that makes everybody participate. Everybody has had a little part in making this possible, because you remind me to save, and I'm not even kidding. It's important, and I keep forgetting, because I am a dummy. The Photoshop furry curse. You don't think it just happens? Yeah, but that auto click hasn't happened for me, unfortunately. I wish I was like you, Faya. I wish I had the auto save reflex. But alas, I do not. Thankfully I have you folks keeping track for me. Photoshop us with baby arms. Never, never. The baby arms are always implied, never shown. Come on, guys, get on my level. Helps ground the eye? Well, I'm glad that that works. Sometimes those little things just happen, right? It's one of the difficult things about doing Photoshop, dictating pictures like this, is that to achieve realism, there's no like set of rules. You literally just have to guess your way to it, and just like experience will help, of course, with lighting and with that kind of stuff, but there's just a lot of guesswork and a lot of just like intuitive sense of how things work, of how like light operates, how perspective operates, and sure there are tricks, but at the end of the day, a lot of it is just intuition. Which is why I like to ask you guys and get you guys' advice, even like from folks who don't know Photoshop, because everybody has a set of eyes and everybody like intuitively knows how light works in a way. You have a favorite cryptid? Ooh, that is a hard one. Favorite cryptid? Are we talking like only serious cryptids? Like the ones that people actually investigate as cryptids? Or are we talking like the general sense that people in the internet use for cryptids, which is like just like monsters or creatures? in that case, it's probably either Mothman or the Fresno Nightcrawlers. If it's only serious cryptids, it's the God, I forget this name now. The Hook Island Sea Monster is one of my favorites. It's just like a giant tadpole. I don't know, there's something about like the classics Nessie and Bigfoot because there's a lot of lore around them and I really like them. And they're actually like thought to be real by cryptozoologists. So if we talk about only serious cryptids, then probably one of these three. If we talk like any type of cryptid, Fresno Nightcrawlers, probably. Or Mothman. Mothman is such a deer. It's a feeling from what I've noticed, like you just know when something's wrong, exactly. And sometimes you know something is wrong, but you don't know what. And that is one of the big problems with Photoshop, like you just, and sometimes you just have to guess around and try different things and trial and error. It's part of the process, and it's fun though. You gotta figure out and you end up like, I think if you do it enough, you end up getting a more intuitive sense of how a lot of these things work, or at least you get tricks to make it easier to figure it out. Or mock, of course. I'm considering like popular cryptids, but if we expand it to like any cryptid, then it's my boy Mock, or I mean my boy Mothman, my boy Hellkite. Yeah. Skunk Ape, those are great pictures. I love the Skunk Ape pics. One of my faves. Sure. Fresno Nightcrawlers in California, yeah. That's where they're from. Oh, this needs the noise layer. Who's Mock? Oh god, we got new folks here. New folks to explain Mock to. So, Mock is kind of a meme that I started without noticing, and now it's like part of the brand, part of the identity. We love Mock. Hold on, I'm gonna show you the original posts. I'll just pull it into the screen in a sec. Okay, so hello new folks, I'm gonna explain Mock to you. It is a great piece of this channel's lore and of lore in general. So it all starts with this Reddit thread. Somebody posts to the Humanoid Encounters Reddit, which is Reddit about like cryptids and aliens and like just very fringe conspiracy stuff, but like it's pretty funny in general, so a lot of people just riff on it. Like this account, Tales of Beyond, does a lot of that. So it says, Canada mountain creature caught running behind Google Earth car. And the picture, the original picture, is just this. So this person found this smudge in the picture, then like really increased it and tried to cut it into the shape of a creature. And I saw that, and I really like this the Tales of Beyond account. So I quote tweeted it and I sketched it. So like I put it on my screen, I sketched it, I traced it to do this, and then I did a couple sketches and left it at that, and I just posted there like a little fun like 10-minute thing. And then I just said like offhand, I said, hey, I need fan art of this guy, get on it folks, ASAP. And people actually did it and started posting fan art of this mountain, and I just called it Mountain Creature Caught Running Behind Google Cars, my favorite cryptid. And it blew up from there. And so everybody started doing fan art of it, and there's some very, very cute things. And the full name is Mountain Creature Caught Running Behind Google Car. but we ended up shortening that to MOCC, mock. And look at the, I'm just gonna scroll through the fan art because it's amazing. Look at it go. It's skateboarding. Some of them painted with little hands, which is very cute as well. There's a Trevor Henderson got on it, which I think made it explode a lot. With little chicken arms, which is fantastic. Look at this one. Mock is the best. It's like a little armless little guy. I love this one. Just like some day-to-day mock experiences. This is a little man. We got some biologists like discussing how could it work physically, and what kind of species would it be if it would be an amphibian. I think we landed on an amphibian who just lost their front arms and started running very fast. So there were so many, like I keep scrolling for a while. There were so many mock fan arts, from creepy to cute to everything in between, to more scientifically some more attempts at scientific realism. Look at this amazing watercolor here. A gif of it running. The O comes from the mountain in mountain creature, right? So it's yeah, MO from mountain, and then CC from creature cuts. It's like to make it more pronounceable, because MCC sounds like nothing. So we just said mock. Perhaps we will never know. This one is fantastic with the little, oh, you can't see them, here it is. The little Google Maps arrows. So it's actually like, yeah, mock, short for mock rub gok, which is short for mountain creature card running behind Google car. So this one I made later, and then I actually made a Photoshop of it. This one was very cute, a more found footage thing. I think it keeps going, but there was a broken, yeah, there was a broken link here. So it keeps going, it keeps going. There's so many, like, this was a whole thing for a week on Twitter, or like a few days at least. Does it only chase Google cars? We'll never know. Then I did this one on Photoshop, which I believe I did this one on stream. And it's actually, I think it might be one of the, it might still be one of the bit, it's one of the bit rewards emotes. So it's still out there. And the emote, this one I just posted, was commissioned to Loon, who's also a stream regular, and did this wonderful little drawing of mock for our emotes. And this one as well. I think I stopped, yeah, I stopped counting it here. It's someone who tried to do the male counterpart or the female counterpart that looks like a Google car, and that's why they run behind it. That was a fun little bit of lore. I also did, I did I did a few more pieces for mock over time. I don't know where I saved them. I think if I just look for mountain creature cards and my name, like this, I should be able to find them quick. So I did this one, and I did this close-up version. And let me see, because I did another one. What could it be? Maybe I just did this too. Remember doing another one. It might have just been another sketch I did or something. Anyway, yes, Mock. Mock is our delightful little guy that runs behind Google cars. You missed it, like a month late. Oh no. I would love to see your Mock fan arts. Funke. Thank you for the follow. I'd like to join this fan club. You are already in it. We love to see more love for Mock in chat. I forget that I gotta explain it from time to time for new folks. Mock is the cutest, and that's why Mock is one of our emotes. Oh, the signature, before we do that. Okay, where do we sign this? I think in the rock, so I'm gonna try and pick... I'm gonna try and pick a crack in the rock. Clearest one I can find. There are not many cracks. I think this one perhaps? So we can do this. And create a little crack from it. I'll just make it a little bit more contrasty so we can see what we're doing. That looks good, I think. Okay, I think we'll put it here. So the idea is to create, again, the shape I do for my signature. Just using this should be fine. I often just do it with one single line. I just edit it in such a way that it hopefully doesn't look too copy-pasted or anything. Let's copy that. And put the vertical line here. The horizontal line. That's backwards. I'll just blend them together. You know, I gotta open Blender and do this. I'd love to see that. Oh, I should have kept the thread going, because there were some amazing. I just remembered an animation, a pixel art animation that someone did, and another animation featuring a little 3D version Mock. And what else? Oh, there is one guy that did Mock cosplay. That was fantastic. Oh my god, let me see if I can find that. I think we might be able to find that. Oh, you did pixel animation. Can you find us a link? Because actually, I think there might have been. Oop, that was wrong. Not that spelled. There might have been 2 pixel animations. Thinking about it. I recall now. But let me see if they were in the replies, cause... Oh, and then the original guy that found it replied to the thread and now follows me and makes me and sends me like messages or like tags me in things to make me give it attention again, because I think it might have been the time he's gotten the most attention from any of his like conspiracy stuff. So it was extremely funny. Let me see if I can find in the replies, because there was one person that did cosplay of it, and it was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. Not really. In the quote retweets or something. I know it's gotta be somewhere, and it was the most hilarious thing. We might never find it. Apparently it doesn't register every quote tweet. You did it. Baby legs. Why did you give Mark baby legs? I'm saving this, you know I am. You know, I gotta do like a stream Hall of Fame of all the things you guys have sent to me during streams, because I save all of them. I think you got the name right, yeah. The full name. We'll just say Mock though. It's easier. I don't know if I'll be able to find Mock cosplay, but there was so many good things listed, and I'm sad that I didn't continue them later. Oh, this one I didn't. If I featured it on the thread, it's so good. Here, look at this one. Look at this little gif of Mock running behind a car. This little running Mock is actually an emote on the Discord, because I can do animated emote there, animated emotes. It's so cute. It even did the car. It's fantastic. Oh, somebody actually modeled it in clay, which was extremely cute. And if I can find this, here it is, new cosplay. This person straight up went, and it's blurred, I think purposefully blurred, but this person went out like butt naked in the snow and took a picture of themselves with their arms tucked into, I guess, like a onesie or some kind, I don't know. It is one of the most amazing things I've ever received. My notifications. Someone doing Mock cosplay. Like, the fact that they just went out butt naked in the snow is effort that I'll never be able to replicate. It's better than what I'll ever do. Oh, they did such a good job. They blurred the picture and they did the pose like sitting down like this. It's fantastic. Like A+, that effort. You love the original nude sketch the most. It came out very cute, and I think that's why it blew up. Because, you know, everyone loves like cryptid, and it's not like a big dangerous monster, it's just a little guy. That's why everybody loves the Fresno Nightcrawlers. Just a little guy, just a tiny little pant guy. Well, Mock, I think, touched the same thing. Let me see if I can find the original drawing. Must have saved that. Here. Oh, then, okay, that's the one I was forgetting. So I did this and sold it as t-shirts, because it was like full on during the worst moments of the pandemic. So I sold these t-shirts to donate the money to vaccine research. So I don't remember how much I got, like $100 or something, but still, it was that's the little drawing I did. Here, this one. Mark, yeah. We were explaining Mark because this little newcomer said didn't know all the Mark lore. Meat Nugget, the Trevor creature. That's true. It's like the intersection between creepy and cute that I think resonates a lot with people. The little signature sketch thing. you guys think this should use a little bit more blur? I think so. And I don't want to blur it too much because I don't want it to stop looking like flowers, but it's weird because I didn't blur the rest so much. Like I didn't blur the eye that amount. Which is a bit weird. Oh. Can live with it. Oh, thanks for the save reminder. Hey, Bean! Thank you so much for the Prime sub. We appreciate it. Welcome to the Mock Club. The official Mock fan club. For Mock. Flowers have so much. Yeah, that's true. They have little details that the eye doesn't have. We're just 6 subs away from getting the new emotes. And my idea is to let you guys choose what the emote is gonna be. Teeth based or homunculus, or so it's gotta be something like something from this month's collection. Okay, let's see with that new blur. I don't know if I'll keep having to blur it again and again. Reject society, become mountain creature, caught running behind Google car. Yes. The only time I got caught on Google camera, they edited only me out of the picture and gave me some deep existential crisis. I love that. Yes, we should all start running behind Google cars. It is the way. Bonus points for naked. I think that was better. The emote should be me, but more powerful. I think you can be more powerful though. You're already extremely powerful as you are. You gotta believe in yourself. Mock suits. Imagine one day. If I ever get the capacity of making my own merch at that level, at the level of making like costumes, the first thing I'm doing is a mock suit. Full onesie that doesn't have armholes, so you just have to tuck your arms in and run. If I was an emote, I would have so much skills and abilities. Mock suit, mech suit. A mock mech. Does the flower thing jump out to you? Because of course I'm like scrutinizing every little pixel of it, and I think that maybe isn't necessary. I think it might just do perfectly fine. It's a small detail, like people are not gonna scrutinize the flowers, they're gonna scrutinize the big eye. But let me know if it jumps out. It looks good, okay. That is good, that is good. And should we remove this lights? Because it is confusing everybody and it's not adding anything. It doesn't take that much to just like eat it out. Or like at least hide it. Right, we remove an area of high contrast. Bring more attention to the middle. What? There's a big eye? Afraid to to tell you so. The carving on the wall looks good. Thank you. It's a very simple thing, and those tend to look quite good when you actually use a part from the original image. Lighting on the flower is a bit wrong, but not noticeable. Yeah, that's why I'm with you on that. But it's one of those things of like, is it worth obsessing over that tiny thing? Because we're scrutinizing it right now. So people are not gonna look at it for more than a millisecond. It is right next to this bad boy. Trying to determine the flower types and if they match with the region. Can you imagine if I got that type of comments? It would be like the guy, and the guy is in I guess in stream parlance here is like the one smartass that appears every time a post of mine gets popular and goes, actually that is Photoshop because there is smudges. That one. There's always one, and we just laugh at them. Actually, I was going to say, I don't think goldenrod is native to Italy. We can set it anywhere, we don't have to set it in Italy. We don't have to constrain ourselves, but I do like to bring in some of the actually. We do have to bring in I do like to bring in original things from the base image to create the lore, because it's nice to have that base of believability, right? Like if we say this is catacomb in Italy, it is because the base picture is a catacomb in Italy. If we say this is a catacomb in North America, people are going to point out, how did you find a catacomb in North America? Are there even catacombs? Like, did the Native Americans did this kind of thing? Like the early settlers? Like, you'll start running into trouble. So I usually find it's best to just keep it close. You don't have to like exactly replicate it, but keep it close-ish to the original picture's lore, and you'll have a much easier time. And it's also if you have to think about this from scratch, and you have to like think, okay, where is this catacomb? When is this happening? You might not even think about it to the level of detail that the picture is actually giving you already. So the picture is literally telling you this is 1943 Italy, in a place in Sicily. These people are refugees. That level of detail might not even be something you could have figured out by yourself, right? It's nice. It's nice to use the base image as much as possible. There's a catacomb under my house in California, I can confirm. I believe that. I will trust you on that. But yeah, I would call this image done after a lot of rambling. I mean, today, the actual editing part of the stream was maybe 30%, but you guys know I like to ramble and go on and on, so you'll have to excuse me for that. But now the eye is editing me. I keep rambling. You guys have to stop me at some point. Just like shut me up. Like, shut the fuck up, Eduardo. But I am gonna go to my little, if you haven't been seeing my earlier streams, I have this little notebook where I have all the Irivember prompts and the ideas I have for them. and I just mark them when it's done. So I'm trying to like keep track of it through this little notebook. We're tiny little browner flowers. Stop. I won't. I will resist. I will resist the urge. I think it's good. I think it's good. Like, the flowers is such a tiny detail. It's not worth obsessing over them. I'm here for the rambling. Why would I tell you this stuff? Well, if you guys like me to ramble, I can go on. No, but I will. I think it's a nice moment to think about tomorrow's prompt, which is radial symmetry. Radial symmetry is something that kind of reminds me of the Fractal series, and I don't know if this is like just an excuse to work on the Fractal series tomorrow. Even if we don't publish it, if I don't publish it until after you remember, like, I don't mind missing a prompt a day if I'm working on something, on like a series. I can, even if it just tangentially matches a prompt, and I'm gonna end up publishing it, right? I don't mind waiting a bit. So it could be Fractal time, like it could also be other things, right? Somebody suggested yesterday, I don't recall because I didn't note it down. Somebody suggested yesterday we combine it with one of the extra prompts called the regeneration accident, sorry. So combining radial symmetry and regeneration accident, something or someone has an accident and regenerates, instead of with bilateral symmetry, or however we call the one we have, with radial symmetry. So human with radial symmetry, which would be a fun body horror thing as well. So I'm kind of torn because the alternative, like, it's either Fractal, which is gonna be good, and it's something like I'm gonna eventually work on, but it's like a good excuse to get some work on that series and not only do Irrevember this month. And the other option is kind of good though. Really good idea. I wrote a story like that in college. My first thought was give someone a Janus-like face. Radial symmetry there. And joined octuplets. Yeah, something in that. Something like that. Maybe like limbs, right? Into the radial symmetry. I don't know how I would actually go about making it, but I like the idea of trying to apply radial symmetry to a human. Kind of freaky. Combining of prompts. Yeah, it's actually quite a fun thing. And maybe I could do it other days as well. Like maybe a day where I don't have a lot. Like the prompt doesn't give me a lot to do. Like edge of the world theory. It's like, it feels more like a writing prompt than something visual I can do, right? It was your idea, Kiwi. I always vote for it. It ends horrifying. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is a like opportunity to work on Fractal. I think I might decide tomorrow on the go, but I think we got two good ideas for tomorrow, so it's not like today where we came in with a lack of ideas and had to like kind of find our own way. And we did. I think this is a cool image that we made, even if the lore is still not figured out already, not figured out yet, but it's so cool. I like it. So for tomorrow, if we do fractals, hey Howlitzer, we're here conceptualizing art. That is the thing we just made. It's just a family paying a visit to an old friend, you know? As you do. But yeah, we're pretty much done with this one. I may just do some quick edits before tomorrow if I find anything weird or wrong. Because sometimes it takes a day to find what is wrong. But sometimes it takes flipping it. Thanks for the follow, Howlitzer. Sometimes it takes flipping it to actually know. In this case, the flipping doesn't give me any wrong vibes, so good. But that was the prompt for today. For those who missed it, was Undead Beholder. So that is why we did this kind of like a dead-looking eye looking at us from a catacomb. Oh, you're Seti's friend. Oh, I'm Seti. That's how your name is supposed to be pronounced. So I'll just call you Seti. See, I'm learning stuff about you guys. What if you go larger? Do like a city or something where some experiments with alternate dimensions cause the city to be radial. I like the idea, but I don't know how we'd execute that. Unless it was like a series of things, things within that city. And for a one-day prompt, we can only get like one picture done or two if we're very quick and the edit is simple. So I do like the idea of like a cursed city that we explore that has that kind of thing. That's a cool idea. Okay. Inseti. You can always draw your own prompt compromise. Do it. I'd love to see more people jumping into it. Remember, I don't mind. It's the month has already started. I'll do more. First cities is great. Thank you, Sora. Here doing the post edit chat and trying to see if we come up with lore and things for tomorrow, but yeah, I'm kind of torn for tomorrow, but I'm leaning more towards Fractal because it's what I mentioned before. Like, I want to get more work done on my main series, even if it's just like one picture for the next part, because this main series usually involve several pictures per part, right? The Fractal one is usually like 2 to 4 pictures. Megalomorpha is way more. But if we need to do 2 to 4, tomorrow we might just be able to do the one picture, but I think it might be the most interesting one of that part of the Fractal series, which is Fractal Brain. So I want to do a brain scan, like a cut of a brain scan, and put a bunch of fractal things in the cortex. So like people getting fractal brain, like end stages of the fractal disease. So we will see the fractal brain, but we won't see what they look like yet, because I think like the full horrifying fractal person is kind of like a kick we need for the end, a mystery we need to keep for the end. So I think tomorrow could be Fractal Brain, because I'm excited about that part. I remember the Fractal Spill horror. Sorry, catalogs. Yes, the Fractal Spill was the first part of the Fractal series. Fractal organs. The fractal organs would be fun as well. I don't know which one I would do. I don't want to get it too gory. I don't want to get like guts and blood gory. I want it to be like body horror gory, like weird modified bodies. So organs, like full on pictures of organs might be too much. Like maybe a scan or something. But yeah, a brain, fractal brain could be good. And I think brain scans shouldn't be like hyper hard to find, because the other day we did find some good brain scans when we were doing the artificial salvation test. So, could be good. So it won't be the type of prompts that we've been doing these days, where I just post it the next day. It'll just be an excuse to work on something that will probably pop up in December. Just like getting some work done. Because since we're doing so many one-off things, that I do also want to use this opportunity to, it's like 30-day full-on doing art every day. I do want to use it to also get some other things done. That also fun things for the future. I'm gonna give you little teasers. There's also this image coming up. Celestial Body Deceased is the name of the prompt. And I've been working with Claire on this one. Claire, I worked on the Werewolf series and the Clown collaboration. And yeah, so we already worked together a couple times. And Claire has done the drawing here. And I'll be like kind of rendering it with textures. Adding some like realistic wings and stuff. Might be a wing here covering part of the face. So yes, it's gonna be a dead angel found high up in the mountains. Probably won't make it tomorrow. Might end up using your streams for background noise more now. Thank you, thank you. That is fine, I'm streaming every day, so don't feel pressured to be there every day. It's a lot. It's a lot of hours a day as well. Quite a bit to keep track of. But yeah, that'll be for the 17th stream, because the 18th prompt. So we have all the pieces in place. That won't just be getting in here, putting some textures, rendering everything, making like blurring where we need, because this is a drawing, and I'll try to make this indentations look like actual like wounds or something. We'll try and figure it out. So we got the base of it here, which is the most important part, like coming up with a concept. But yeah, we got covered a few days with that. Hope you guys are excited. We'll have to find something for Edge of the World theory, which I still have like no idea about. But yeah, look out tomorrow for fractals for the first time in a little while. Also, talking about the fact that we're going to be drawing fractals on one of these November streams, I'm also intending on doing something similar. The day, which day is it? The day right after this one, so the 18th at night. For the prompt Man-Made Wings Called Happening, I might be doing Megalomorpha, which again is going to be to publish probably in December, because I will still need to get a bunch of stuff ready. So, but we could do like one or a couple pictures for the next part in Megalomorpha, which is going to be about a cult. I still gotta figure out, like, find pictures and stuff. So again, very dependent on what I find, what we get, and if we don't, we'll just do something different for that prompt. Not always able to catch the streams, but I love the posts on Twitter. Thank you for this. That's fine, no pressure to catch the streams. I'm here every day, so one day you'll catch it. Some others you won't, that's fine. But yeah, we got Megalomorpha coming up, we got Fractals coming up. Some work on my main series, apart from all these little one-off things. Find it through Twitter. Do you guys come from the crab posts? The crab man? Because that was a huge influx of people. I mean, this one here. I did not expect it to do that well. It was like, sincerely, it was impressive, because it was like, it was one of these daily things, right? Like, I'm just doing them in a day. I'm posting them, and I'm forgetting about it because I need to think about the next one. So I never put any like stock on them like doing super well, and they end up doing super well sometimes. Oh, you've through the fractal stuff. Hell yeah. Giant footprints. Okay, so that was the kaiju. That was, I'll tell you. The kaiju was July of this year. This one, right, with footprint. Before the fractal ocean spill. So I mean, the fractal spill, like the first part of the fractal series, was from back in November of last year. But I did repost it later to do when I started the series, when I made it into a series, I reposted it to like start from scratch. But it's actually from November last year. It was one of those, it's here. It was one of these daily things. Well, last year I wasn't doing it daily. I just did a few prompts. So this one took me a few days. Ever retweeted something of yours? Yeah, I think that's how a lot of people find me. Trevor has been amazing and super supportive from the very beginning. Like, Trevor found my stuff on Twitter when I had like 90 followers there. Thanks to another now friend, Jordan, who sent it to him like, hey, check out this stuff, and since then Trevor's been a great friend. Twitter hasn't been great at showing your stuff consistently. Well, you shouldn't use the Trade algorithm. Just sort by newest posts first, because that'll show you what you want more consistently. Or set up notifications for a few people you like. So as long as they don't bother you on your phone. I do have them for a few artists I like. Because the algorithm, we can't trust the algorithm. They're so bad. Big SCP person, and stuff reminded me of that. Yeah, a lot of people start from there as well. You consistently follow a certain type of Twitter users, the algorithm will show you other users with similar content. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, and there's this little community of horror artists on Twitter that I think it's the Venn diagram of our followers. It's a concentric circle, because it's all of them follow, like, pretty much if you follow one of them, you follow all of them. Like, you guys probably follow Lucef and Q and Faya here, and who was in chat, and obviously it's still here. Like, it's all a little bubble of the internet, I think. Once you contact with it, it's very easy to find all the rest. I remember following you when it had less followers. Yeah, it's been blowing up. It's been blowing up in the past few months. I mean, crazy. Especially in the past few days have been like very crazy. Because I had 4 consecutive days in the past week where each of these days I had a post on Twitter that had more than 1,000 retweets, which is something I would consider like viral-ish. And one of them, the crab one got like nearly 5,000, which was the most I've ever gotten. This one. Then this one also did really well. I don't recall how big it was. this one unexpectedly got like 3,000 retweets. Like, I did not expect this silly thing I made to completely blow up. The crab one popped off and it completely did. I think it started with that Siren Head. That's Trevor. So I think that's where a lot of my followers come from Trevor. So I always gotta thank him. The worm on a string fan. The fandom. I love it. I don't know how this got 3,000 retweets. That was very surprising. But I'm glad it's a fun little thing. But it's been really popping off. Maybe I'll show you the post I'll go up tomorrow in the... I'll turn on the music because there's video. So it's a post for Artificial Salvation Test, which is these two images. We actually wrote a little script and had people voice it and put it all together, put it all in a video, and it's going to go up tomorrow. That's why it took a while. But here are the videos. I'm going to show them to you.
Interview with...
You know if this volume is good.
Date is November 4th, 1975. Say your full name, please.
We got subtitles because...
Self-knowledge is preserved. Do you know where you are?
You told me we were in a lab still, but I feel like I'm floating through liquid.
So she has... Okay, let me actually pause for a sec. Just to give you the basic context. So this happens within the UCR, Unit of Cryptic Research, which is kind of an SCP-like collaborative writing project that we got going on our Discord, and we're posting it all to a Twitter account. It's like a secret US government agency. You might recognize Hellkite here. That has been operating since the 40s, and all throughout it's a lot of like history-based things. There's a lot of Cold War stuff in it. There's like divisions that form and disappear. So this happens within one of the divisions in the UCR called the ARB, which starts off like studying religions and cults and ends up slowly becoming cult-like itself until it becomes completely like closed off and cult-like, and they have to destroy the ARB in like the 90s. But this happens during the 70s when the ARB is still active, and they are doing an experiment to try to like rapture people into a higher state. They call it like a higher state plane, it like some kind of heaven or wherever they go. They don't know. They're just trying to beam them up somewhere. And hey, Sarah. And they're trying to beam them up into wherever they go, and it only works partially. So we have two subjects. One of them you see here is like have their head off in some other dimension, while they still can communicate with them because they are the mouth is still here and their ears are still here, so they can ask like, what are you seeing? And that's what they're trying to figure out, like where have they sent this person, if that makes sense. So that's the context.
God, I feel like my own voice is millions of miles away.
Yes. Do you remember how you got there?
There was a ritual with you men in little coats. Was I going to heaven? Does nothing look like heaven, sir? It feels good, though. I'm comfortable in here. I think I'm going to sleep for a bit.
Please, concentrate. Can you describe what it is around you in detail?
Red, deep black, voice that calls me for me to sleep with no words. What? Oh. She tells me to give in and get lost in the whim of this world. To not listen to your lies. Are you real, Doctor? You feel so far away. Like a distant dream. Are you there? I can't tell if I'm dead or if I haven't been born yet. Yeah, I think I'll sleep.
Subject has expired.
There we go. That's the interview number 1. And I'll keep the interview number 2, which is fantastic. There's some screaming and everything. It's as TikTok says, the voice acting has been amazing. Yes, I'm really happy with how it came out. Like, it was like us just making it up on the Discord. So the second one, I'll leave it for the Twitter. If you follow, if you do ECR here, the first link there is a Twitter where it's going to be uploaded, because it's not going to be uploaded to my account. It's for since it is collaborating writing projects, it's going to be uploaded there. But tomorrow about like 5 p.m. or, well, like the morning in America, the evening in Europe. Usual time I post my stuff. So yeah, the second interview is fantastic as well. This one has lost their arms completely. And also you might notice the logo on the pictures. This is the ARB logo, which we also made. All this UCR world, a lot of it, there's a lot of stuff written for it, but a lot of it only exists as like world building that we are slowly developing into little stories. So, but now a lot of it just exists in the Discord server as world building that's like being worked on, and will eventually pop out in stories like this. So there's like kind of a bit of an introduction to the ARB and what they do. So if you guys go to the Discord, and you can go through the link right above in Nightbot there, there's a channel called UCR Front Desk. You can go here. That's me, I'm the teeth guy. If you click here to scroll up, and you can see all the like introduction to the world building, like you want to see like what the UCR is, the timeline in a very like succinct way, the divisions, all that, some characters to kind of like get you started on the vibe of the UCR, and then you can just go to the main UCR channel, and there's a bunch of threads for different little stories. Like there's a thread for that story, and you'll see the thread that's going up tomorrow. Why can't you get on Discord? Personal stuff. Try then. But yeah, if you guys want to get into helping write this world, which is very much being created right now and expanded upon, like people are just going in creating their own division or their own other agency that exists in the world, and we are to give the world more depth for now. So there's somebody recently created the kind of like United Nations paranormal thing, which is pathetic and nobody really listens to them like the real United Nations. You know, they're kind of like superseded by the US at every turn. Then there's also the USSR paranormal stuff, which is way more focused on their like crazy experiments and like trying to use the paranormal stuff to their advantage instead of just getting rid of it and destroying it. Yeah. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of world building going on that still hasn't left the Discord, right? So it's stuff that eventually will pop up in stories. Where do you get the voice actors? That's just people from the Discord. Yeah. Just folks from the Discord. It's all gonna be at the end of the post. There's gonna be credits for each voice actor. But yeah, they've done all a fantastic job. It's great. I'm actually gonna be probably I got an SCP that I started working on, and then it's kind of stuck in writing so far. But what I want to do is do something similar to this and do like little snippets of audio to go with it. And I'm gonna need voice actors, so I already got one that's gonna do the main character. But I'm gonna ask on the Discord whenever I get to actually voicing it. For my one SCP I'm gonna make it super high effort. I'm gonna try to make it an SCP that feels like a classic and that hopefully people are gonna like, with some multimedia elements and stuff. And then I'm gonna disappear. I'm never gonna do an SCP again. And when people ask me, oh, is this SCP? I'm actually just gonna link them to the one SCP I made. Do you know what number? I don't mind the number, just whatever's the first one available when I post it. I don't have a big preference on that regard. Always been interested in voice acting, but never done anything. Yes, what's your interest on the Discord? There's the more multimedia we go with this UCR project, the better. Like the more we add voice stuff, audio recordings, I think it just gives it a depth that is not achievable through just written documents, which is the bread and butter of your paranormal investigation stuff. Makes SCP, refuses to elaborate further, leaves. Exactly. That is the vibe I wanna give up. I'll make an SCP that is hopefully very good, that people will love, and then just disappear into the night. And you know what I'm intending to do? You know, there's a lot of like very bad YouTubers that just narrate SCPs and get away with it and get money from that. Well, I'm actually gonna be faster than them, and before I even release the SCP, I'm gonna have a video version, because since it's gonna have audio stuff, it's not that easy to not that hard to just do some narration for the written parts and then just post those little snippets of audio, put it into a video, and I'll push it into YouTube the moment the SCP goes out. So I'll be faster than all of them. I'm preventing, because I know if there's an SCP with video content, I know they will be all over it. So I am, yes, diabolical. I have a YouTube channel and I need to use it for something. Right now the only thing I got is an interview with Trevor Henderson and other folks, but the one with Trevor Henderson keeps, because apparently that word does a lot in the algorithm, it keeps getting views and little children commenting like things like, oh my god, it's Trevor Henderson. every couple of days I get a notification from one of those. Hey Alvaro. Leave a few tiny things in the video that aren't present in SCP itself. That would be good. The exploring series is a bit high quality because he has his own ideas. I'm not putting them all in the box. I don't really watch that type of like narration horror YouTube. I know it's big. I already said it. I think I already said it this stream. But on Monday, I got a video coming up. Not me. A YouTuber has a video coming up about Megalomorpha, which hopefully will do well. The video is the YouTuber is, hey Alvaro, thanks for the Prime sub. We're at 30. Thank you Alvaro for getting us to 30. We're at 30 out of 35 subs. That's fantastic. Welcome to the official Mock fan club. Feel free to use your little running guy in chat. So this YouTuber called Edge written with points between the, so it's E dot D dot G dot E. It does a lot of, did I write it wrong? Hell yeah, look at those mocks in chat. So this channel here, who does a lot of paleontology stuff and sometimes cryptid stuff and covers artists' work, it's gonna do a video about Megalomorpha. I already saw it, and it's very good. It's like 20 minutes long. I didn't know my series did, and it's 20 minutes long. It's just straight up narrating and explaining the stories, not in detail, just like telling you about the stories. I didn't know Megalomorpha had for so much content just by like just reading it aloud. So that was surprising. So yeah, there's gonna be a 20-minute video going up on Monday about Megalomorpha. That's well narrated and well edited. If you see some of the videos from the channel's content, you get an idea of what it looks like. So I'm glad it was a YouTuber like this that actually gives like very good credits, that doesn't spoil everything, so people are interested in going and looking for more. So yeah, I'm glad out of all people, it was a good YouTuber who chose to be the first ever person to make a video about my work. Yes, yeah, a little Mothman on the logo. They mostly just do paleo stuff like day to day, but sometimes there are some fictitious things which are fun. Like, I didn't know the channel before they contacted me about the video, but now I watch it because I find it's quite good. It's quite entertaining. So yeah, I'm very glad that it was a channel like that gets to cover my stuff, because there are some much worse ones out there. And I'll retell this story because I think most of the people here are different. But the other day, I got a DM from a YouTuber about 100,000 subs that asks, so I'll just read it aloud. I won't show it because I won't show the name of the YouTuber, but it's the top 10 type of YouTubers, so just so you get the idea. Hello, I make video, hope you're doing well. I make videos on fictional content, and your art really appeals to the stuff I've been talking about in them, like the SCP Foundation. Sorry for being sudden with this request, but I was wondering if I may be able to use your art. I would give credit, of course. Please let me know, thanks. So I assume he's just gonna make a video about my art. I'm like, oh, that sounds like, okay, it's not my favorite type of YouTuber, but I just told him, basically like, yeah, but just if you let me see it before, or see the script, so I can take a look, see if it's well represented or something. So I just, I say that, and I ask, so can you tell me a bit more about the video's idea? Which of my projects were you thinking of covering? And the guy just replies, awesome. Like, I don't think he even read my reply. Awesome, thank you very much. Well, the SCP Foundation is like this huge wiki that covers horror, magic, sci-fi elements, like Area 51, but with anomalies worldwide and through the multiverse. I thought your stuff fit this stuff. He just mansplained the SCP Wiki to me. I didn't ask what the SCP Wiki to me was. I know what the SCP Wiki is. I was asking like what work that I did he want to cover, but he explained the SCP Wiki. So I'm getting an inkling of what this guy's going for. So I just straight up ask, oh, so you want to include my work within an SCP video? And he just replies, yeah! Exclamation mark. The guy straight up wanted to use my work as SCPs. And not even my SCP work. I literally told him, like, I have later, I told him, like, no, I'm not comfortable with you doing that. I already get enough people thinking my work is SCP to make it even more confusing. And even considering debacles like Trevor Henderson and Siren Head, with people thinking that Siren Head is an SCP and that whole thing. because YouTubers started covering it as if it was an SCP. So I just said straight up no, and told him like, if you want to use the art I've made for SCP, which I think I've made like 6 or so commissions for SCP at this point. Like, feel free to use it. It is within the SCP license, and you can just use it. It's a CC license, right? You don't have to ask for permission. But don't use the rest of my work on an SCP video. And he tried to insist a little bit. I just kept saying no, and he eventually stopped. But like, who asks that? Why would you go to random horror artists and ask like, can I use your work as SCPs? What? I was just shocked. There's a really bad problem with image licensing. Yeah, I've heard. But they, especially at first, they had a problem with the image licenses because people just took random images from the internet, which is obviously not right. So now they're better. They commission a lot of art, which is good. It's good for artists. I've been commissioned, like, as I said, like 6 times maybe to do SCP art. Let's see. You can see my page. It's somewhat weird, very weird in my opinion. You can see my page there. I did the one for SCP-6000, the second in the contest for SCP-6000, which ended up being 6666. Then I did a few more. I did one for an upcoming article, which is the one you can see the little teaser for at the beginning of the page. And then I did a couple smaller ones, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in total. Yeah, the Leviathan is probably my favorite one of all of them. Unfortunately, the article didn't do like super well, because I would have given much more for it. The article was just like super long, and maybe that's why it didn't get as much. But these are the ones I've done for SCP. This one for Rounder House, and this one for DJ Cactus, which are if you're on the Discord channel, you'll say Rounder. It's always around. And this one actually, this one came back for a second edit. So been getting a lot of pretty good commissions from them, which is great. So I mean, the image licensing at the end, they commission artists like that. I'm good with it. Yeah, no, it's not the lack of compensation for me. It's the thing of using my work in an SCP article to like represent an SCP. Because I like, if you go to any horror artist on Twitter and look at their comments, you'll see like half of them are, is this SCP? Is this SCP? So there's already a lot of confusion on the internet between just any horror artist and it's SCP. So yeah, it would just be adding a lot to that confusion. So yeah, it's not only about credit and stuff, it's just the how do you represent it, right? But yeah, I told that guy no, and I don't regret it. But the one that it's gonna do a video about my work, Edge, is fantastic, and I saw the video already, like, and I told you, and it's fantastic at giving credits. He like goes over my stuff at the beginning of the video and tells about what I do. At the end of the video, he provides a bunch of links, like, just fantastic. The marching hands, thank you. Just a little detail to to annoy Photoshop users who want to press Ctrl D all the time on my stream. But yeah, we've been going over a bunch of these edits I've been doing over the month. It's just a lot of them. And this is one I just did for folks who are joining in and just see me ramble. This is what we've been doing today. This family visiting, just visiting a regular grave. Nothing weird going on. Definitely not a huge eye in the background. I'm proud of this one, to be honest. I think it came out pretty natural and well. But yeah, I've been I've been rambling for so long. How long ago did we finish that image? Oh, here. How long ago did we finish that? Ages. See, you guys have me ramble, and I can't stop. Thankfully, I finished all I had to do today, so I'm not like in a rush or anything. I just, if you keep me rambling, I'll keep rambling. Yeah, but I think I'll stop myself. Let me just do a real quick check if there's anyone cool streaming right now. No one interesting. Yep, no one to raid. As usual, I never find anyone cool to raid. Why is it that nobody streams at this hour? So, how's it right now, stream? Thank you. Doing pretty bad at work tonight, so it works awesome. Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad it brought a bit of distraction, which is always, it's always a good thing. Thank you, TikTok. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm proud of this little thing we made today. Improvised in a way, but I'm pretty proud of it. So thank you, everybody, again. I'll stop rambling and I'll leave you alone. I will see you guys tomorrow for Fractals. We're going to be working on the Fractal series, so I hope you're excited for that. And until then, everyone, take care and don't look behind you because there's a huge eye. Don't look behind you.